gedung yang akan digunakan untuk banyak aktivitas ya. Untuk di sini ruang registrasi, nanti ada kelas-kelas untuk seminar, diskusi. Kita sudah mulai untuk registrasi kegiatan Icttp, Internasional Konferensi Transportation and Traffic Psikologi. Icttp, transportasi dan traffic psikologi ini berkaitan dengan tertib berlalu lintas, dengan belajar berlalu lintas, karena perilaku manusia di dalam berlalu lintas ini menjadi sangat penting untuk dapat dipelajari bagaimana meningkatkan kualitas keselamatan, menurunkan tingkat fatalitas korban kecelakaan, membangun budaya tertib, dan tentu bagi polisi bisa memberikan pelayanan yang prima kepada masyarakat tentang pelayanan keamanan, pelayanan keselamatan, pelayanan hukum, pelayanan administrasi, pelayanan informasi, dan pelayanan kemanusiaan. Modelnya nih, Smart Eye, Head and Eye Tracking for the automatic. Oh, nice. You can explain what's the meaning of the Smart Eye here?
The idea is that we can track any person that sits down in an environment. We can make sure to know the head position, the eye position, and the gaze vectors where you're looking at in any environment, all fully customized.
It's part of the driving simulator?
It can be, yeah, absolutely. You can put it in a simulator, but the interesting part is also that you can
for
add
the
it
reflection and reaction also.
Sure, in some sense you can always over time see how a position of the head, for example, develops over time. But that also counts for eyelid opening, pupil diameter. If you're starting to get like drowsy, you need to know how the person behaves, and you can track that.
Yeah. And how it used for the truck or bus that have a blind eyes, blind blind spot. I'm sorry.
Blind spot.
Oh, blind spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So what's happening is obviously the more cameras you can deploy in a car. So what happens when you look for the blind spot, you turn your head quite much to the left. If you make sure to have a camera over here and here, you track me when I'm looking forward to the traffic. Okay. When I look for the blind spot, if you have a camera here that tracks me, I can actually
have the reflection.
Yeah, but I can actually create a full 350-degree rotation. Wherever I look in the car, I can track where I'm gazing in each environment.
And offices in Stockholm, Lund, and of course here in Gothenburg. And we are about 230 employees, 110 with PhD exams, and 6 full-time professors. We are broad in scope, and our research covers all modes of transport, and we have a unique research equipment of different kind, including world-class driving simulators that was shown yesterday at the technical visits here at our office in Gothenburg. Traffic and transport psychology is of course a very important part of our research activities and has been so for a very long time. The societal challenges facing the transport system are, as everyone knows, enormous and cannot be dealt with without an in-depth knowledge of human behavior. We have a very exciting program at the conference to look forward to. The different areas represented are very well chosen with highly interesting and relevant presentations. I would like to thank Henriette, Alien Warner and the organizing team and everyone who has been working hard for a long time now, a very long time, that the conference can finally take place. Thank you very much for your work.
So, and we said here that this is now the 7th time for the conference, and some of you may have attended all of them, and for some of you I assume that it might be the first time, so very, very welcome to all of you. Also, just a brief note on what we actually do within the Safer Community, which is primarily a national center, but we do have a lot of international collaborations of different kinds, so that's why also these kinds of conferences fit very well. We work on accident avoidance, we work on human body protection, we work on road user behavior, and also look into how do we measure in a good way that the different types of activities, different types of solutions and measures that we put in actually work, actually give us a better and safer way to move. So, having said that, there is a very, very large overlap, of course, between what we are working on and the content in this conference when you look at the program. So many different, very, very interesting talks to listen to during these days, posters to look at. So, very, very welcome from my point of view as well.
Workers, engineers and entrepreneurs. Gothenburg was founded about 400 years ago in 1621. Built and organized by Dutch, Germans and Scots, and has since undergone an exciting journey, embracing people, influences and ideas from all around the world. From developing the prospering shipping and trading city during the 18th century, to becoming a diverse and lively city full of design, food and culture, and a creative hub for innovation and research it is today. The desire to continue to evolve with ideas and knowledge from all around the world is showing even today. During recent years, Gothenburg developed into a world-leading destination for sustainable meetings. And I will take the opportunity here to convey to you just how much we as city value and appreciate conferences such as this one. It makes me proud that our city, now again after the pandemic, can host meetings and conferences where distinguished scientists, academics and specialists like yourselves share their knowledge purposely, collaborating and taking steps forward. It's especially an honor to host you, the International Conference on Traffic and Transportation Psychology. The questions that you focus on, safety, sustainability and mobility, are very fitting for our city. Gothenburg has a long history of being a center for research, with the goal for Gothenburg and Sweden to be a leader for sustainable transports and transport safety, with collaboration in the center, where industry, academia, the city and society are working together, developing and testing solutions for a modern, sustainable transportation system for the future, with many research and development projects underway. I don't have time to mention them all, but the questions are wide-ranging. From perhaps a little smaller questions like, how do we improve parking spaces?
Some of the work that I'm going to talk about started way back in 2015. That was on the other side of the pandemic. It was a collaboration called Electricity, and the aim was to test and evaluate electric-driven buses. Between 2015 and 2020, electric buses on line 55 ran between this campus on Chalmers and the other campus, Johanneberg, on the other side of the town. And the stop at Teknikgatan here at Lindholmen was actually situated indoors. I used to say that it was inside the library, and everyone thought, oh, you can drive a bus inside the library, that's cool. Unfortunately, it turned out that it wasn't inside the library, it was just indoors. But you know how to say, don't kill a good story with the truth. Electric buses doesn't have only benefits for the environment and climate. It also reduces noise levels, and in addition, the buses have fewer vibrations, which has given the drivers a better working environment. Today, the goal is for transportation to be fully electrified in towns and cities within the region. And up to date, I think we have some 320 electric buses running in our line system, which is a very big increase from the one line we had back in 2020. We didn't think that it would improve or grow that fast, but the technology has developed so much that we now has almost fully electrified all the bus lines inside cities. And we also have electrified ferries. Perhaps you took one of the ferries from the other side of the river when you got there. And that is actually a bridge. It is instead of a bridge, so we run free ferries so you can transport your bicycle over the river. Expanded public transportation is an integral part of the Reduce Climate work. After the pandemic, we have been anxious to see how fast we can get the passengers back. And now we can see that if you compare with 2019, before the pandemic, we have around 90% of the number of trips compared to 2019. So we almost got everyone back, or perhaps some new travelers. And the challenge now is to get the rest back and even to grow the number of people who actually can.
In a more proactive way. The Vision Zero, the very short version of what a safe system is that it has to do with that we have to share, that we have to a joint responsibility between the road user and us who designs the road system. The safe system also means that humans are humans. It means that human mistakes, human errors are very difficult to prevent, are difficult to exclude. And therefore, the designers of the road system need to take into account that we are humans. The planners, the engineers, the vehicle industry need to take into account when they're trying to reduce the number of fatalities and injuries. So I would say the safe system approach means that you address the problem closer to the root cause, and you're reducing the blame game that it's always the road user that is responsible for all situations. The safe system approach was for the first time included in the UN's resolution that came out 2020. And they also highlighted that the business and industry community have a responsibility in that they need to contribute to the road safety related sustainability development goals by using and apply the road safety principles when they are planning in their whole value chain when it comes to upstreams and downstreams, transports and travels. And you can find these thoughts also in the global plan that WHO came out with, and you can find it in the Stockholm Declaration, except for those other things that has to do with safety, the safety pillars. There's a lot of emphasis and or a lot of expectations from the business community that they need to monitor, measure and improve their road safety footprints in the same way as they do when it comes to climate footprints.
Icttp merupakan suatu konferensi para pakar, para ahli yang berkaitan dengan bagaimana membangun budaya tertib berlalu lintas, melihat dari attitude yang berbasis pada behavior. Di dalam konteks dan konsepnya ini banyak hal yang dilakukan, terutama ada dua poin besar, yaitu untuk melakukan intervensi dan juga melakukan kontrol. Pada konteks ini sebenarnya dari Korlantas sudah mengembangkan adanya Road Safety Research and Development, adanya Traffic Accident Research Center, ada Traffic Accident Analysis, ada sistem IT for Road Safety, dan berbagai hal, sehingga kita semua bisa mengambil manfaat dari Icttp melalui model-model yang sudah ada tadi, atau kita implementasikan pada road safety policing. Intervensi konteksnya adalah membangun sistem. Bagaimana meminimalisir sekecil mungkin untuk terjadinya pelanggaran atau penyimpangan, atau mau tidak mau orang bisa tertib atau taat sesuai aturan. Nah, di sini sistem-sistem yang dibangun tadi yang saya katakan melalui road safety policing berbasis pada IT for road safety dan dengan model smart city.